Alright, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, our higher praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, crack with us. And the honors to the elders, sing honors to the apostles, preaching and teaching us. This is where truth and sincerity as always. Now, without any further ado, I just want to get into this lesson. This video here is going to go into the woman. Just going into how these women are going to be getting judged because it's part of the doctrine. And it's something that's going to happen. This is Isaiah 32 and verse 9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. The woman is going to get judged. I don't really have to go into why. You already know why. Majority of the woman is going to get judged, especially dealing with the proud Israelite woman. So we're just gonna go into it. I got this clip that I wanted to play, just going into how this woman here got judged. This young girl got judged.
This is how I made this hoodie with a print and a tag in under 30 seconds. Just pick a blank, drop your design, and place it exactly.
She was on the phone with her mother. Her voice is walking back to her dorm on October 22nd, 2018, at the University of Utah. 21-year-old Lauren McCluskey is walking back to her dorm after finishing an evening class. She was on the phone with her mother. Her voice is steady as they talk about school, her plans for the future, and the ordinary moments of her day. Then, within seconds, everything is turned upside down. A panic scream suddenly cuts through the conversation. No! 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 The phone drops to the ground. The sounds of a struggle follow, and then silence. Within minutes, the entire university campus is placed on full lockdown. Students report hearing gunfire. Police launch a large-scale search, but Lauren is already gone. It does not take investigators long to uncover a deeply troubling pattern. For weeks, Lauren had repeatedly reported to authorities that she was being stalked, threatened, blackmailed, and that she feared for her life. She identified one specific individual. She begged for help. She warned that the danger was escalating with each passing day. Her former boyfriend had been living under a false identity, had a criminal record, and had been following her throughout the campus. According to Lauren, he had no intention of stopping. Every report she submitted had been documented, yet none of them proved enough to protect her. And by the time surveillance cameras captured Lauren entering her dorm building for the last time, the man she had been desperately trying to escape was already standing immediately behind her.
Hi, my daughter, Lauren McCluskey, was talking to her mom, and then she just started saying, no. And someone might have been grabbing her or something.
Oh, attempt to locate a suspect involved in possible kidnapping. The victim is Lauren McCluskey. Her mother heard her yell, no, on the phone. Then the line went quiet.
At that moment, Lauren could not have been far from her dorm, since she had only just been talking with her mother on the phone. But if someone had forced her into a vehicle, she could have already been miles away. With her phone no longer available to trace her location, every passing second became crucial. As everyone worked to bring in additional resources and follow every possible lead, investigators suddenly detected an unusual sound coming from Lauren's phone.
Oh, someone's talking on her phone. Hello?
University Police.
Hi, I just found a whole bunch of stuff spread out all over the ground and a phone that had an active call. I picked it up.
Okay.
This woman says...
I was on the phone with her.
Okay.
The officers responding up that way.
On that cold October night, As police officers, journalists, and students tried to piece together what had happened, Lauren McCluskey was still missing. But a simple search of her name quickly showed just how serious the situation really was. Even more alarming, investigators began to recognize that the warning signs had been there for quite some time. From an early age, one characteristic defined Lauren more than anything else. Her remark. 2 days later, then, suddenly, they heard a man scream. When the officers rushed closer, they saw a father standing over his daughter's body. Karina Vetrano, a 30-year-old woman, was lying face down on the ground. Her athletic top and shorts had been pulled down. There were bruises on her face. Her teeth were broken, and her legs were covered in scratches. The officers tried to pull the father away from her body, but he wouldn't let go. He just kept repeating the same words over and over. I have to take my daughter home. Just a few hours earlier, Karina had simply gone out for a run. She was an experienced runner and used to jog along that trail all the time with her father. But that day, he stayed home because of a back injury. Right before she left the house, she told him everything would be fine. 2 hours passed, and she never came back. When detectives began examining the crime scene, one thing became painfully clear. Karina had fought until the very end. At one point, she even bit her attacker so hard that she broke her own teeth. Investigators later found DNA under her fingernails. But when they ran it through the national database, it didn't match anyone, which meant only one thing. Somewhere nearby, there was a man who had brutally attacked a woman in the middle of the day and then disappeared without a trace. But what investigators discovered later turned out to be far more horrifying than just a murder. DNA analysis revealed a terrifying secret. And when police finally found the killer, some of the officers said it was so disturbing that it honestly gave them chills. A few of them even needed psychological help afterward. So to really understand how this all happened, we have to go back to the very beginning. All right, friends. Let me pause for just a minute. I'm really...
Year-old woman was supposed before departure at Dallas International Airport. The same name echoed over the loudspeaker again and again. Maricela Botelho Valadez. The 23-year-old woman was supposed to board a flight home to Seattle, but she never showed up at the gate. Her seat on the plane remained empty. A few days later, investigators obtained surveillance footage. The video showed Maricela walking through the Deep Ellum nightlife district alongside a man she had only just met. Then she got into his black Audi. At first, it did not look like an abduction. Security cameras captured them together inside a store. Maricela was smiling. She moved freely through the aisles. Nothing suggested that she was in danger. But after that night, no one ever saw her again. Her phone went silent. Her bank card stopped being used. No messages, no calls. When police identified the owner of the Audi and obtained a search warrant for his home, the case took a dramatic turn. In a bedroom, investigators found traces of blood that had been carefully cleaned away. The crime lab confirmed who it belonged to, Maricela Botelho Valadez. But that was only the beginning, because there was not just one person living in that house. And before long, the 3 adult residents suddenly vanished, leaving behind an abandoned home, strange...
So as you see in those videos, those 4 women got judged. And once again, Isaiah 20:32. Isaiah 32:9, rise up, you women that are at ease. Yeah, because the women today in America, especially, they're at ease. And anywhere where you go, really, where these women are proud, they're at ease. Hear my voice, Shakira's daughters, give ear to my speech. Yes, the women are careless today. Because America, Esau, Edom has taught them to treat a man any old way, to take advantage of the man and whatnot. 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, you careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Come on, tremble, you woman. And verse 10 again. This is verse 9. Give ear unto my speech. Oh my God. Yeah, verse 9. Give ear unto my speech once again. Because this is the Lord's message. Verse 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, you careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. This is many days and years shall ye be troubled. And right now it's already starting. You're having a lot of women, especially a lot of black women, wondering why they're single. Can't get a man or can't keep a man. Also because they don't look for the right man. And also because they're wicked. And the scriptures talk about how a wicked woman shall be given to the portion of a wicked man. Basically. It's because these women are wicked. The man that they get, that the Lord's gonna lead them to, is gonna be wicked. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Yes, and it's gonna get worse. A famine's gonna come. A famine's gonna come toward these women. It says in 2nd Ezra that many shall perish of famine. Many, and that includes many women, because there's also more women than there is men. Obviously, and especially here in America. 11. Tremble, you women that are at ease. Be troubled, you careless ones. Once again, these women are careless. They're going to be in trouble, and they're at ease. Right now, majority of women right now are still at ease, but it's starting to hit them. Especially with the black woman, the black bitch. And as we've seen with the SNAP benefits thing, getting cut off, the money they get from the government's getting cut off, they're even more in trouble. There's going to be more trouble to come. Strip you would make you bare, and there's sackcloth upon your loins. Strip you would make you bare. The Lord is sackcloth, and that's a humble estate the Lord is going to put them in. They shall lament for the teats, that's the fruits, the foods, for the pleasant feuds, for the fruitful vine. Yeah, the food is going to be cut off. And it's going to make a lot of women broken. It's going to break them. So it's just what the Lord says He's going to do. Ecclesiastes 7. Or actually, I'm gonna get Sirach 42 and 14. A man's wickedness is better than a woman's goodness. A woman brings shame and disgrace. Yes, and that's a woman. A man's wickedness is better than a woman's goodness. That's talking about a woman that ain't right. A woman who brings shame and disgrace. The GNT kind of worded it a bit, well, not a bit, but completely off here. A woman brings shame and disgrace. Yes, that's what wicked women do. When you look at a woman that's a whore, that's careless, that's proud as well, you can't really deal with a woman like that. What's a woman like that doing out the house and gadding abroad? For those who don't know, gad abroad means like to just being careless, just going to the club and going out in the night, going out and the night out, having a night out. The woman's a night out. These single women having their own going out themselves, whatever, to the club. Usually they go in groups, but yeah, sometimes they can go but by themselves, and that's also off. That's wicked. However they're doing it in general, it's not. They're not supposed to be going out and then to partake and hopping to cock, from man to man, living in that careless body count type of style. That's awful and that's wicked. That's why this Sirach 25 and 21, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Yeah. Because ultimately, these women may look fine, but in their hearts, as the scriptures say in Proverbs, a pig snout, a fine woman that looks good without discretion is as a golden nose jewel and a pig snout. That's what Solomon said about these women, and Solomon knew all about these women too. He would know more than I would know about these women, with his years of experience and experience with these women as well on top of it. So yeah, man, just staying away from these women. These women are wicked. They ain't really for us as the men of the Lord. Our woman's gonna come in the kingdom, but right now these women are wicked. You can't really see yourself. As a man of the Lord, you can't really see yourself the woman of this world, the westernized, worldly woman out here. So what's coming is their death, their destruction, and ultimately they weren't chosen as the woman of the Lord to get this truth. They're gonna be left, if they're still here around that time to come. They don't get judged by that point. They're gonna be here, and they're gonna more than likely go through famine, starvation, raping too. A lot of raping's gonna come, as you saw in those videos. Those women were getting raped or mutilated, and some of them. It's like, I really wasn't listening to some of them what happened, but I was just. I had to do something as I let it play, just so I can start making my videos for the week. Either way, bringing out the scriptures here, and yeah, this is bringing it out that the facts as what's gonna come. They can say one of those women got mutilated, or basically they got picked out by spirits created for vengeance. They got a spirit hopped on some dude to go on some rampage and selected them, and they were Lord put them in the spot Lord put them in their direction. The Lord pointed that spirit, some demon vengeance pointed them in the direction and chose those women to judge. So, and those types of spirits are going to turn up more and more and more upon these men. And the times we're going to come into. This is Sirach 25 and 26. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, and that's for most brothers that had a woman, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. And that's why you got a lot of divorce, because these women are proud. And America has also prompted a lot of that to make it how it is now with these women in the dating scene, in the lifestyle, and the dating scene, and out here in this world right now. So what else can you do? These women are true. Sorry, 25, 23. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh a heavy countenance, meaning a woman that's bold, has a loud voice, wants to air out her opinions, wants to talk so much. A woman ain't supposed to be talking so much. She has some type of shamefacedness about herself, especially not around men. It says, whether they're men of the Lord or not. It says here, in a wounded heart. Yeah, because the woman's going to eventually, she's given her own tools to destroy herself like Esau has given them. They're going to make a wounded heart. It's gonna be grievous to be around these type of women, these proud women who are proud. It's gonna be grievous. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weakened hands and feeble knees. A woman who will not comfort her husband in distress. Yeah, some of these women have 5 men. And those men are simps, because you would be able to tell if that woman was going around and whoring around. You'll be able to tell. She probably ignore your messages for a whole week straight, and just not let you go through her phone or whatever. Things like that would be obvious. The way she dresses, and by her consonants too. So just talk about how by the look of her consonants, you can tell she's a whore or not. A scandalous eye, the scandalous stare these women will give. You can tell a woman's cheating on or having many men when she has that stare on about her easily. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. Yeah, those men are weak. They're feeble. Or she may not. Yeah, technically, man. Yeah. Even if they don't cheat on you, I mean, they're going off in that way. She can be going off in other ways, and still making the man weak, her husband weak and discouraged. Because she's not really pleasing her man, and that's a woman, because that's a woman's job. A woman's job is to please her man. If her man ain't pleased with her, then she ain't doing her job very well. Sirach 22:5. She that is bold dishonoreth both her father and her husband, but they both shall despise her. Yep, that's a woman that's bold. And some of these fathers are stupid too, because they've been simplified and Babylonianized, man. That's why you had that in the video. We mentioned how her father was crying about his grown-ass daughter that died. She was off anyway. She was shamefaced. What is there to cry about? She got her judgment. She was asking for it. Sirach 25 and 20. As the climbing up of a sandy way, so climbing up a sandy hill. If you ever been to the beach, you would know, with your shoes on, you would know about that. Is to the feet of the aged. Yeah, especially if you're aged, that's bad. So is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Yeah, because once again, a woman really ain't made to be speaking so much. If she ain't allowed to do that in front of her man, especially not in front of other men that ain't her man, or any man in general. A woman should be able to be quiet and just not speak too much, unless her man allows her to. And even then, she should, she's truly in order, it wouldn't be so much. It's just a more feminine trait. That's a more feminine or woman-like trait to have when a woman is just quiet and just quiet, not just to be quiet, but quiet just to be humble and wise and submissive to any authority above her. That's just the best type of woman to have. That's why it says in Sirach 26, Sirach 26 and 14, a silence. Right there it says keyword silence, and loving a woman is the gift of the Lord. Yeah, loving a woman, loving is keeping the commandments, having your head covered, dressing modest. These women don't dress modest today. That's why these women get raped, and they get into those situations that you saw in those videos. And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. Yeah, the women that are correct. They have a mind that's well instructed, because they got to be instructed first. They got to be instructed by women that their mothers that would have been in order, that are in order. That's how they would have to be instructed. Also by their fathers, and then also after from their fathers, from their husbands as well. But, I mean, they're, yeah, ton. So I'll get this last verse here, because I'm gonna have to go sleep soon. This is Salaki, but this Sirach 26:7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. Yeah, so imagine like chains swinging back and forth on you, just a heavy burden, basically. He that have hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. That's how it is with an evil wife. Like you holding a scorpion as well, or some heavy ass chains on you as you walk a long ass way. That's how what an evil wife is. Cussing you out, trying to fight you, trying to box you, some shit. This woman would be bold enough to box you when they know damn well, and you know damn well that you will be able to whip their ass. That's how bold, that's how evil these women are. So they're out of order. So, and that's also because they've had like 5, 7 fucking different dudes, 7 different niggas before you. Hence why that's the situation we're in. So just be aware of that, and to your young brothers, and stay away from those women. They've had more bodies than you've known before you, so it's gonna come with problems. They got different spirits in them, and then they also got their own little belief systems that they done built around their minds. It's like you, when you had your own belief systems that were off, outside from the truth of Yahweh Shemashah, well, that's what they have. They haven't woken up. They ain't gonna wake up. They're gonna be destroyed. So with that, that's the point. Shalom and blah blah blah. And I might make a part 2 to this tomorrow. Lord willing, I upload this today. Shalom.